what I think is really fun about Ceres is that um, despite we kind of debate whether or not it could still be going on, whether it could still be getting going, but we know that it almost certainly, if it does turn out to be icy, it had to have had an ocean at some point in time. Whether it still exists now is a big question. It's too bad we don't have a magnetometer on that mission, because if we did, we'd be able to tell if it had one today. But that's just how it goes with these things. But what I think is really exciting is that I study Europa. Europa is my thing that I work on the most, at least right now, and because I'm really interested in the search for life beyond Earth. And the one thing I will say is that what's great about Ceres is that this surface, it's not a difficult environment to investigate. We're not going to get baked out on the surface by radiation like you would at Jupiter. It's relatively warm compared to other places in the solar system. So if we think about the future of landed missions for people, for rovers or something, why not go to Ceres? I mean, you've got all this water-rich material that's right there in the surface. Just really interesting chemistry that could be going on. Even if life never got started on Ceres, it could tell us so much about early solar system and evolutionary chemistry on planets. Just amazing place. You have probably a rock and dust layer, so it's not as easy as, you're not going to be able to drill into it as easily as you could on Europa, for instance. But if you wanted to go, rove around and do some really cool chemistry and maybe find some exposed ice, here and there, maybe in an impact basin, hopefully we'll be able to tell you that with Dawn. I think that that's a really compelling reason to think about Ceres. And it's funny because we have such a big planet bias, or we have such a bias for looking for things that look exactly like us. And in this kind of special place in the solar system, we've got a very unique object that might be telling us a lot about what we don't know about building a habitable planet and maybe a launching point for getting to the outer solar system. It's got a small gravity well. It's going to be easier to land on than Mars, right? So things like that I think are really kind of cool as we start to think about the future of manned exploration, even beyond robotic exploration. I think it's a cool destination to think of in terms of that.
This is great. I want my next vacation to be on Ceres now. You sold me.
Good.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
We're all going. Awesome. Yeah, Ceres has, such a storied history, being a planet and then being an asteroid and now being a dwarf planet as well. So it's really great to see it coming back into the limelight with Dawn visiting it so soon.
Yep.